So I figured I better get a recording of this before I get too far. This is a little fix that I came up with that I'm putting together for this Hype waterproof Bluetooth speaker that I have. And the issue with this is this has a soft power switch, which of course it's the button that you push and hold to turn something on and push and hold to turn it off. Like on most devices, they don't have a hard power switch like this. And the issue with a soft power switch is that device is still consuming power from the battery even if you've technically turned it off via its power switch. By doing this guarantees that it's turned off and it's not going to consume any power. This was a modification they made on the later versions of these Hype Bluetooth speakers. This is an early one that didn't have it. And one of the biggest complaints is that it always went dead. And that's because after sitting for some time, the battery would get drained dead because it's still consuming power, even if it's turned off. And this applies to all electronics that have soft power switches, which you'll see on the front here. So I'm wiring in this other switch here, this hard switch, as it's called, so that it guarantees that no current's flowing through it. And what I did is, instead of taking it from the battery here, it's actually coming out of this circuit board, going through and then to the main board here. This is actually a small switch that you can probably get at places like Radio Shack and whatnot. This is actually used in radio control. This is because I have a bunch of these, and this one isn't being used for anything, so I'm going to put it in here. I just got to make a cutout in the back to mount it. But by wiring it to the board here, then to the main board instead of off the battery, this allows me to still have the charge jack in the back here function to charge the battery while the switch is off. So that's just one thing to remember. So let me get the switch cut out and put this all back together and show how it works. So I got the speaker all put back together here, and in the back we have the switch installed. And it's there. It's not exactly straight or anything, but it is functional. I do suggest that you mount yours on straight. But the switch does work. Right now it's in the off position. So if I hold the power button here, see, this thing will not power on at all because that switch in the back is turned off. But if I come back here and move that to the on position, come back over here and hold the power button, it turns on. But again, even if this is turned off via the soft switch here, it's still drawing power from the battery, and eventually it's going to wind up dead the next time you want to try and use it. So when you're done with it, you just go to the back and flip the switch to the off position. There you go. Now it's turned off again. This way it conserves battery power. So that is my fix for small electronics with these soft power switches that you don't want the battery to run down on.